MajorSlackAttack.
Well, yeah, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Let's walk through some more Skyrim Necromage Vampire, and this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Oh boy, some new toys. Yes, let's make our business gear and our combat gear. First off, just want to clear this up. I cannot make Enchanting Potions powerful enough yet to have an effect on the business gear. They were only going to be 9%, so I'm not going to make any Enchanting Potions for that. We will, however, make some Enchanting Potions as soon as we make our business gear. For the combat gear. Next, for the business gear, we need 1 hat, 1 clothes, 1 gloves, 1 boots, 1 ring, and 2 necklaces. The only thing I'm missing is the gloves. Bingo. And we have required number of grand soul gems. We got all the enchantments on board. Let's go disenchant everything. I was fortunate enough to find a necklace of minor haggling, so we're going to add a better business necklace to our gear. And might as well disenchant this, we won't need it anymore. I was fortunate enough to find this. You may not have been as fortunate, so this is optional. I'm going to tell you what to do if you didn't find that. And finally, the boots of stamina. Okay, so there we go. All the enchantments are ready to go. Let's make our business gear. Let's start with a hat. Grand Soul Gem. And on the hat we want Fortify Alchemy and Magicka Regen. Because once we hook up the Atronach Stone, okay, which is going to give us an extra 62.5% spell absorption, the penalty that comes along with that is a hit to our Magicka Regen. So in order to compensate for that, that's why we're adding Magicka Regen, okay? So Alchemy and Magicka Regen. And let's just simply call it the business hat. There we go. And we're on our way. Next. Clothes, which would be the college robes. Soul Gem Grand, and on the clothes we want smithing and Magicka Regen. So Fortify Smithing and Fortify Magicka Regen. Let's just call this simply the business suit. Huh? Yeah, okay. Next, gloves. The gloves get Fortify Smithing and Fortify Alchemy. Call them the business gloves. Next, the boots. Get stamina and stamina regen. This will compensate for having no regenerating stamina during the day as a vampire, plus some extra stamina to to play around with. All right, and we'll simply call this the business boots. This will be perfect because of course we have to do business during the day, and during the day that's when we take all those hits as a vampire. Next, ring and necklace. Let's work on 1 necklace, Grand Soul Gem. And on this, of course, we want Fortify Alchemy and Fortify Smithing. Calls this the business necklace. And a ring. Once again, alchemy and smithing. Business ring. And finally, this is purely optional, another necklace, Grand Soul Gem. And this we're going to put out Fortify Barter and Fortify Lockpicking. Beautiful. And we're going to call this the business amulet, so they'll group together nicely with our Blackguard's hood. Be right at the top there. Is this our new business gear? See, Blackguard's hood, business amulet, and our regular business gear will be boots, gloves, hat, necklace, ring, and suit. And with that, we'll have 4 times Fortify Alchemy and 4 times Fortify Smithing. Alchemy, 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 and smithing, 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 and smithing. Note that they're 30 rated at 31% more powerful, whereas if you look here, it's only 25% more powerful. That's another bonus that you get from the Necromage perk. So your enchanted items are actually 25% more powerful as well. So that's really cool. So that's that. Now we can make some enchanting potions and some fortified smithing potions. Let's go grab the required ingredients, which would be, for enchanting potions, it's blue butterfly wing. Let's make, say, 10. Blue butterfly wing and snowberries, both of which you should now have a lot. If you don't have any blue butterfly wing, you can go to the hunting brew meadery during the day on a sunny day, and there should be plenty of blue butterflies flying around there, and at the crossroads nearby. Okay, that's where you can get some blue butterflies. And of course, snowberries you can get right here at the College of Winterhold. Tons of them just outside, all over the place. Snowberries are right in there. 10 of those. And some fortified smithing potions so we can make some legendary gear. That can be made with blisterwort. Let's make, say, 5. And any of the following: sprig and sap, sabercat tooth, or glowing mushroom. We don't have any glowing mushroom, I don't think. But we do have lots of sprig and sap. I believe we have 5. There's a couple of sabercat teeth rather. Yeah, let's use the sprig and sap. Boom. Okay, so we got our business gear on. Ready to crank it out here, boss? We say before every major crafting session, let's crank out a bunch of potions. This should make enchanting potions at 20%. And indeed I was correct. Let's crank them all out. And this should make fortified smithing potions at about 80%. Yep, that's right. Beautiful. Now, with these potions and this gear, I could save the world! Not quite. Okay, let's go to town. And we're going to improve our armor. The elven armor that we acquired. Boots, gilded armor, elven helmet, and the leather braces. Let's stash the forsworn. Well, we could sell that. And for this, we're going to need moonstone, quicksilver ingot, and leather. So let's make sure we got all that on board. At least 2 moonstone, got them. 1 quicksilver ingot and 1 leather. Got it all. Let's do it. Let's go to the nearest smithing station to a fast travel drop-off point, which would be Whiterun. Okay, let's do a dry run. Yep, we got it all. We can improve these too. That will require 4 more leather.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking.
Oh, you here? Okay, let's just quickly buy.
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun.
Oh, you want me to deliver a sword up too? Okay, let's do this.
It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgroof the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but...
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, we'll do it. No problem.
Could you take the sword? Thanks.
Okay, now will you give us your sell screen? There we go.
Protect yourself or deal some damage.
Let's quickly buy some leather. What else is there? Let's just buy, say, I don't know, 10 leather. We got tons of money. What the hell? And we have some stuff to sell back to her. There you go.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Okay, so we can improve all this to epic. And the Forsworn headdress, even. Sell it off at a higher price. Make a little bit of a profit. And the leather braces. Okay, so that's that.
Have you
Quick
met
save.
my fa-
Fortify smithing potion. Save the best ones for the armor, or for the weapons rather.
He's a steward up at Dragon's Reach.
Legendary. 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 Legendary.
I help my...
Legendary. Legendary. Jeez, I can go even further. Legendary. Double legendary.
You
Awesome.
think all the counsel my father provides the Jarl is his alone? Huh. Let's just say I advise the
And
advisor.
let's just see what kind of armor rating we're gonna get for now. But we're gonna get some points in light armor momentarily. Right now, our armor rating is 246. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, business gear back on.
And leave.
Make sure we got fortified smithing across the board. Smithing, 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 smithing. Well, why do I have it 5 times? Is my potion still effective? Yes, it is. I'm not going to take a chance. Just going to take another one. Let's do a dry run. And here we're going to improve all the elven daggers to legendary. And we are short a moonstone. Aha! Good thing we did a dry run. Okay. Hopefully she's got some moonstone.
waiting.
Please have some moonstone. Come on. Who's your daddy?
Blades, helmets. pretty much anything to serve your
Moonstone,
needs.
baby.
Until
Alright.
next time.
Quick save. Gobble down that potion. And legendary. 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 Should be 93 damage. 2 of these are enough to one-shot a giant or a mammoth. Literally, once we get the ancient shrouded gloves. Do a sneak attack on a giant or sneak attack on a mammoth, and all you need is one
Got some good pieces out here.
dual-wielding
Wow.
attack. You
More
don't even
inside.
need to do a power attack. And we can one-shot a giant or one-shot a mammoth. Now, is that powerful enough for you? So that is that. All the smithing is done. Let me just check, make sure we're not level up too much. No, we're good. Alright, so let's go back to the college and enchant our gear. This time we're going to take a fortify enchanting potion before each enchantment to get the very best. That money goodbye. Okay, now we need helmet, armor, boots, ring, necklace, and the bracers. Check, 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 and bracers, check. Alright, quick save before every major crafting session. Let's start with the helmet. Fortify enchanting potion. Helmet, Grand Soul Gem. And we're going to put Fortify Destruction and Magicka Regen on it. Fortify Destruction and Magicka Regen. I'm going to call this simply the Assassin's Helmet. Voila. He's done, yo. Let's double check. Destruction spells cost 28% less to cast, and Magicka regenerates 70% faster. Beautiful. Alright, quick save. Next. Another potion. This time we're going to do the armor. Same thing. Destruction and Magicka regen. Gilded armor. Grand Soul Gem. Fortify Destruction and Fortify Magicka Regen. assassins. Armor. Double check. Beautiful. Quick save. Next. This time we're going to do the boots. Let's do a dry run. I'm going to put sneak and muffle. Now, if you weren't fortunate enough to get muffle, I strongly recommend you put stamina regen, which will help compensate for the penalty that you take as a vampire during the day with no stamina regen. But I'm going to put sneak and muffle. This will give me 100% muffle, allow me to move 100% silently. Okay, now you can accomplish that using any size soul gem, but I want the maximum effect for my sneak, so I'm going to use a grand soul gem and, of course, a fortified enchanting potion. But the 100% muffle can be achieved using any size soul gem. Boots, soul gem, grand, and sneak, and muffle. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. $45% better. Yeah, I'm loving it. Alright, next. Ring. Destruction and light armor. Item. Ring. Enchantment. Or rather, soul gem. Grand. Enchantment. Fortified destruction and fortified light armor. Call this the assassin. What did I put up? The assassin's ring. This will help bring our armor cap, or armor rating rather, up to the cap. What did I do? Yeah, that's right. Let's go. How come my ring isn't legendary? Duh. Okay. Yeah, that's right. 28 points and 20% less to cast. Beautiful. Next. Same thing with the necklace. Necklace. Grand Soul Gem. Fortified Destruction and Fortified Light Armor. Beautiful. And finally, the bracers. This is just going to be a temporary piece of equipment until we get the ancient shrouded gloves, which we're also going to improve. But temporarily, we could actually use this afterwards. But temporarily, we're going to put, let's say, lockpicking and maybe one-handed. This is just as a placeholder as far as armor rating. Enchanting. Leather Bracers. Grand Soul Gem. And lockpicking and one-handed. Fortified lockpicking and fortified one-handed. Let's call these the Assassin's 10 Bracers. That will put it at the bottom of the list. Perfect. So that when we finally get the ancient shrouded gloves, that will be at the top of the list, and then we just hook up those 5. But for now, that's our combat gear. Armor rating 304. Now, let's get some perks. Save. We have 5 perk points to spend. Swing it on around to light armor. Let's get Agile Defender 1. Agile Defender 2. That's it. Don't go any further. And Custom Fit. Now let's check our armor rating. Booyah. 532. And once we bring light armor up to 60, we'll be over the armor cap, which is that. Even with the ancient shrouded gloves, which are only leather gloves, but we can improve them to legendary, and we can be over the armor caps. We don't need to spend any more perk points in here, right? So that's our combat gear. Let's make some weapons. This is not going to have any effect on the enchanting, but I just like to put on my business gear whenever I'm enchanting something. It's more official. Okay, for now we're just going to enchant 2 daggers. We're going to save the 3rd one for when we get the Fiery Soul Trap enchantment. Now that we're kicking ass, we have some kick-ass armor and some kick-ass weapons, we can take the journey through Ironbind Barrow and get the Steel Battle Axe of Fiery Souls, disenchant that, and then make ourselves another dagger later on. But for now, let's make a couple of daggers enchanted with Fire and Shock. One with Fire and Shock, and one with Fire and Frost. Starting with Fortify Enchantment Potion. Grand Soul Gem. Fire damage, and let's do the first one, Fire and Shock. And shock, hang on. Beautiful. Let's call this baby the Electric Hot Knife. Something that every head should have it in his arsenal. Man, remember those days when you had to put the butter knife on the stove? Anybody out there know what I'm talking about? I can say that because I actually live in a country now that has legalized marijuana. So yeah, enough about that. Let's move on. Let's check the stats on that. The electric hot knife. Wow, you got an electric hot knife? Awesome, dude. That is correct, Mundo. Okay, let's try another one. Fortify Enchanting. Elven Dagger. Soul Gem Grant. And this time we'll do Fire and Frost. Whoops, Fire, Frost. And this we'll call the Freeze Fryer. Ha ha ha. And that's our weaponry. Those are our new weapons. And we're going to save this and put Fire and Fiery Soul Trap on it once we get the Fiery Soul Trap enchantment. But for now, we're ready to rock. We have 2 perk points to spend left over. Let's put them, of course, into Destruction so that we have a powerful long-range attack. And we can dual cast Vampiric Drain. And finally, let's buy some better spells. Now with all our combat gear on and all these buffs, these fortified destruction buffs, all our destruction spells will cost 0. See, 0 all the way down the line for any spell. So let's go buy some kick-ass spells. We're at level 65, so some expert spells should be available now for sale. Let's put on our better business gear. And go see Ferelda.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Give me some of that good old Thunderbolt. And some of that... Sounds like I'm buying a bottle of cheap hoochie. You got any of that Thunderbolt? Heck you like. And some Incinerate. Boom. Maybe we'll buy Wall of Flames and some other stuff later on, but for now let's just get those two. And of course let's sell her some stuff to get our money back, because those were
can't wait to see
rather expensive.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
One of those. And we can make better. Couple of these. Beautiful.
All right then.
All right then. Lightning bolt. It's been a slice, but you have been replaced. Incinerate. You're number 2. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. And I don't need muffle anymore. But you, if you weren't fortunate enough to find a muffle enchantment, this is what you're going to use to become completely silent. Your muffle spell lasts for 3 seconds, and it's 100% muffle. Alright? Don't need that. Could use that. And we are ready, Freddy. That is it. That is our new combat gear. Coming up next, we're going to make a play for the Ancient Shrouded Gloves. We're going to have to plow through about 4 or 5 Dark Brotherhood quests, but I've got it down. We could do it in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes flat, and we'll have our hands on the Ancient Shrouded Gloves. Right? That's coming up next. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. See you next video. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1. That's all. That's all it takes. All right? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.